Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the late start here. We had a back-to-back meetings here, so got in here a little late. I'm going to call this May 27th, 2025 Nuisance Abatement Appeal Meeting of the Bernalillo County Board of Commissioners to order. Commissioner Benson will be appearing via Zoom. Is he with us? Okay, he is with us.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Commissioner. Good to hear you. And Commissioner Barboa will be right back, so we do have a quorum to proceed. Number two, item A, I move to approve the April 22nd, 2025 Nuisance Abatement Appeals Meeting minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Barbara Baca. Seeing no discussion on this item, all those in favor signal in the affirmative. Yes? Or, I'm sorry, do we have to do roll calls on these, right?
Yeah.
Madam Clerk.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Frank Baca. Yes. Commissioner Walt Benson.
Yes.
Commissioner Barbara Baca.
Yes.
Vice Chair Barboa. Chair Olivas.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, passes 4-0. And then we are going to go ahead and proceed into our hearing for the day. This is going to be a quasi-judicial appeals process restricted to the parameters set for staff and appellant presentations. New evidence will only be accepted at the discretion of the board. Before we start with the staff presentation, Madam Clerk, will you please swear in all those giving testimony today? So anyone giving testimony, please stand up and swear in.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay. All those providing testimony, please stand up. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give at this hearing shall be the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, so this is going to be on AR 2025-9. Do you give the presentation first, Nick?
Mr. Chair, I'm prepared to do that. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll have an abbreviated version of the standard appeals process. The staff presentation will be 5 minutes by Director Ham. Then we'll allow up to 10 minutes for Ms. Perez or Ms. Cisneros. Is that right? Okay, so you'll have up to 10 minutes, and then the staff will have up to 5 minutes again, and then we'll have time for board discussion and questions and final action. So, Director Ham.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, thank you. Nicholas Ham, Director of Planning and Development Services, presenting to you today an appeal of a board-adopted resolution, as Mr. Chair said, AR 2025-9. The county began enforcement on this property in 2018. COVID then happened and it fell by the wayside. It was put back on our radar in 2024. There was an unfortunate incident. So BCSO referred this property back to us. It was decided by the Nuisance Abatement Hearing Officer in November of 2024. The board adopted their resolution in January of 2025. We received a request for an appeal hearing in February of 2025. And that brings us to today. So the department deliberately took a long arc of time to schedule this to allow the property owners to continue to work on the property. I think I have an amicable suggestion this afternoon. I'm going to go through fixed photographs of where we started. On your screen today, you'll see photos that were presented at the November 2024 hearing. The gist of the property conditions that it lacked connections to proper utility systems and was just in a state of disrepair and needing attention as far as removal of items that would be construed as nuisances in the ordinance. And once I conclude these, if it pleases the commission, I'd like to show some photographs that were taken by our inspectors from Friday of last week and yesterday, if it's all right with you all. Okay, thank you. So I'm happy to report the property owners have made what we would consider significant progress. There is still work to be done as far as exterior cleanup and permits that need to be put in place specifically for the electrical system and the gas system if they choose to go that direction. But from where we started to where we are now, the county feels that there has been significant improvement. So I want to extend some gratitude to the property owners for addressing the concerns raised by the county. They've also hired appropriate contractors to engage in work to correct the systems of the home. Unfortunately, we don't have permits in place for that, but with discussions with their contractor and the property owners, they've agreed to come in tomorrow and pull the appropriate permits for that. So my suggestion for the board to consider today is to grant a 90-day continuance to allow these folks to continue to work on the property so that they can get permits in place and hopefully bring this to a conclusion under their own power without having to engage the county's resources. Mr. Chair, members of the commission, I'll stand for any questions.
All right, thank you, Director Ham. Thank you for the brevity. Any questions from the board? We can always go back later. All right. So there's been a proposal for a 90-day continuance. I would suggest that we hear from the appellant on their position on that, or anything else that you want to say.
Thank you. Can you just stand here?
Come up to the microphone, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Irene Cisneros. I'm part owner with my cousin Rebecca Perez. We appreciate the time that you all took today to hear us out and hopefully continue with our trek to get the property back to original shape as much as possible. We did get they have been working very hard to clean and follow through with all of the requests that were made. There's been a significant difference from what I can see as well. We did get the water on, so we have water approved through the Water Authority, and that has been on, and Rebecca has been paying for that for the last couple months. And then we started with the electricity. Electricity took us a little while to get started because it's very expensive to do, and I had to get some things moved around and get some bills paid off to be able to afford it. So we got that taken care of. They are coming tomorrow to get the permit and scheduled for Thursday with P&M as well. I did talk to Eco Electric today to confirm all of that. And then we'll be next working on the gas situation. We're not sure if we're going to go electric heating or go with the gas or whatnot, but the water heater does look pretty good still, so we're gonna get all that tested and make sure everything pans out for that. We've been working really hard. This is my grandmother's house. You guys may have heard that before, but we don't want to lose it. We are working really hard to maintain a good environment, productive way of living, and to make sure that we're in communication and that we are working together to maintain the home environment. I don't know if you want to. Do you have any questions for us?
Board members, any questions? I don't think so. Director Ham, did you want to do anything with the final 5 minutes, and then we'll go to the board discussion and questions?
Do you have anything you want to add? You're okay with 90?
We're okay with 90.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners, just to reiterate, the department would support a 90-day continuance to allow these folks to continue the work on the property. Still keep the case open in case there was a position that if the county found itself in a position where it needed to move forward with some of its specific authorities. But my estimation of this, these folks are working on this in good faith. I'd like to give them an opportunity to continue to do that with the board's support. Other than that, I'll stand for questions. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, Director. Commissioners, any questions for the director or the applicants? Commissioner Frank Baca.
Just a comment, no question. Oh, yeah, I got to turn it red. Is that on now?
Green. Yeah.
Okay. Green?
Green is good.
No, I just want to thank everybody involved in working on this. As a lifelong resident of that community, it is really important. I mean, and sometimes we see it in terms of regulation, but what we forget about is the impact on the neighborhood. And so when I see work being done on the outside of the premises, that is so important for the neighborhood, for the South Valley, right? Right. The inside is important too, and I get it, and that's for the code and health and safety, that's important things, but by working on the yard, the exterior of the house, that really sends a statement to your neighbors. And that's a really important thing, and we're really working on that throughout the South Valley. I've seen a lot of improvements. Again, I've lived there my entire life, and so I've seen it kind of start at a really high level, kind of decline, and then starting to really go up in many respects. So I just want to say thank you for your efforts. It's a really important thing that you're doing. And it's your grandma's house, I understand.
Yes, very important for us to get it back. It's very important for us to get it back to the way it was, because.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
I just had one question. Is anyone living in the house?
No.
No? Okay. Just asking because, we talk a lot about the housing affordability problems and making sure that, every available structure, every available place that's habitable to live is usable. So I think we want to make sure that we facilitate that use, which is the intended use of a house. So anything we can do to facilitate that, and it sounds like the director in collaboration with you all is doing that by, getting this place cleaned up, getting permits, getting electricity, getting water, so that, you all or a tenant or a relative, somebody can live there. And, I think that's the goal we all have. I don't think anybody wants to damage your property or harm your property in any way. We just want to make sure that it's conducive with the neighborhood and the surroundings and serving its intended use, so. Any other questions?
Just, Mr.
Director?
Chair, if I might, just one thing. We are on the precipice of this being a habitable structure again. Once the permits are in place for the systems that support the things that are needed to live in a residence, the county would consider this to be a habitable structure. And that ultimately is the goal of the department, to return this to a place that is safe and livable for, these folks or otherwise. That's all from us. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion from the board?
Motion to approve.
A 90-day,
I'm sorry.
a 90-day continuance?
Yes, sir. Motion to approve the request for 90-day continuance.
Second?
All right, so we have a motion from Commissioner Frank Baca and a second from the vice chair. Any further discussion? And we'll get a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Frank Baca.
Yes.
Commissioner Walt Benson.
Yes.
Commissioner Barbara Baca.
Yes.
Vice Chair Barboa.
Yes.
Chair Olivas.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, that passes on a 5-0 vote. We'll have a 90-day continuance on that, and hopefully that'll resolve the issue. If there's no other business, this meeting is adjourned.